an I-League winning coach with Mohun Bagan in the 1920 season. So, it was a wonderful memory for you. Give us a brief, in short, how it was, and how, like, many of those players are in the ISL right now, and tell me about it from your point of view.
That season in Mohunbagan, you mean? 1920?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes. Well, how to start? I remember. I remember that that time was. I remember that even before reaching Kolkata was good time because I was in Poland and I had the first contact with the managers and then the officials, and since the first moment we have a very good feeling. I mean, with the Basis Duta, Serenjoy, Bapa, Imran Khan, and then we started to create the team. I remember that before reaching Kolkata, I watched all the games of the season 18-19 of Mohun Bagan, and then I had the first approach to I-League level, and also to the players, no. But from these players, not a lot of players continue in the team. I remember that Sankar continues, Hilton Paul, in the defensive line, Arijit Bagui, King Kima, Gurjinder, Vikramjit. In the midfield lines, Shilton, Da Silva, Fayaz, Saharuddin. But we had to sign a lot of players, especially all the foreigners. We signed all the foreigners. It was a good work of scouting. And we saw a lot of players to get this group of foreigners that also were very important, no? Morante, Fran Morante, Joshua Beitia, Fran González. At the beginning, Salva Chamorro, then Baba Diawara came, Julen Colinas, Daniel Cyrus, and also not only foreigners, also Indian players, local players, no? Asutos Mehta, Dhanachandra Singh, Romario, London Banaorem, and Suhair. And also we brought. I told with the officials in the. I don't remember right now. It was the first or the second meeting to promote the best players of the junior team. No, because I saw that the junior team was performing well, and we brought 6 players from the junior team. No, Kiyan Nasiri, Subokos, Sheikh Sahil, Saurabh Das, Deep Saha, and Kumir. And then when we arrived to India, we started to develop a system, develop a method. It was very important, the pre-season that we had in Goa, 15 days with all the team, and it was a process, no? It was a long process. For me, one of the most important thing of that season was that we had the time to create a team.
And you also had that Invitational Cup in Bangladesh, where the team took part. And if I'm not wrong, we finished in the semi-finals. We went on
Yes,
till
you're
the.
right.
Yeah, it was a wonderful run. And then we came back for the I-League. Initially, it was not a favorable start, but later on, we gained the momentum and we finished beautifully at the end. But you just mentioned about having Julian Colinas and Salva Chamorro at the initially. But after Colinas had suffered an injury and Chamorro didn't have the form back then, you decided to sign Komran Tursunov and Papa Diawara.
Yes.
Talk us through how that two signings majorly impacted the performance of the team in the later stages of the season.
Well, two different situations. No, in the Julian Colinas had a very important knee injury, and then we brought Konron Tursunov from Tajikistan, and it's true that Julian Colinas was a very important player in the team. He was playing really well, but also Konron play a very important role. Sometimes starting in the bench, but coming in the second half. When he started in the first 11, also he performed really well. He scored important goals, so he had a very important role. And regarding Baba Diawara, Salva was a good player, but it was a moment that he didn't score goals. He had chances, he didn't score. And with the officials, we decided to change Salva and bring an experienced player as Baba Diawara. That was the best striker in the league. He scored almost in all the games, and the most difficult goal, that is the first one. And he was top level player. He was playing in La Liga, in different teams, in Sevilla, in Levante, in Getafe, also in Portugal. Then he came from Australia. He was an essential part of the project, Baba. Yes.
Yes, as you said. Then later on, after the season, the merger took place. As you know, it was difficult for you as well. Like so, like after 3 years now, we all are like Mohun Bagan is back. Like the ATKs has been removed officially after the end of the season. So, what is your feeling right now? Like to have the club back, the identity, the fans, all which they had always been wanted for the last 3 years. It's all getting back.
Well, it was very nice. No, for me, it's difficult to explain the situation because you have to feel it. You have to be from Kolkata, and you have to be a Mohunbagan supporter from always. No, I'm a football coach. I'm from abroad, so of course I felt the feelings of the people. No, they were not happy in the last 3 years, and it was very sad. No, it was. I used to say that even in the matches. When I went to the stadium, I didn't feel the same that I felt 3 years ago. No, it's like okay, happiness when the team was going, but not full happiness. And now, of course, everyone is happy. I think that football is for the supporters. Football is for the supporters. It's not for the officials, for the coaches, for the players. The supporters are the important, very important part of the club. So also, and it's a very big point in the club and in the team, no. And to see the Mariners, the Mohunbagan supporters happy is very important. If they are happy, I'm happy.
Next question is that now most of the players from who are coming from abroad are not like familiar with the Mohun Bagan atmosphere. And so, how big of a role does it play? Like, does it pressurize the foreigners who play in the like for Mohun Bagan?
You mean when I was the coach?
Yeah, like most of the players like Beitia and Diawara came from
Yes.
for like foreign land and they were not aware of the Mohun Bagan atmosphere. And then suddenly
Yeah.
you play in front of 25,000 people and it's like the pressure like mounts on you, right?
Well, in every part of the world there are pressure of the results, no, to get results, no. Yes, at the beginning was a surprise, no, to feel how many people there were in the training sessions, in the matches, etc. No, but I think that all the players they perform fantastic. Not only they are good players, they are very good people, and this is very important. Very close people to the supporters, and even right now, no, people in Kolkata, which they are going to remember, of course, Fran Gonzalez. No, Fran Gonzalez is a fantastic guy, fantastic player, fantastic team player. No, is the player that every coach want to have in a team. No, Joseba Beitia no doubts about the quality, about the performance of Joshua Beitia. Baba Diawara the same, no? Striker with goal scoring ability. That is the most difficult thing in football. The performance of Fran Morante. Fran Morante in the last 2 seasons, right now is playing in fantastic level, no? Daniel Cyrus, very professional, very good human being as well as Comron, no? So I think that not only that season we had good players, because we had all I remember the Suhair performed fantastic. Asutos Mehta had an amazing season. Gurjinder, Darachandra, the goalkeepers with Shankar, Sheikh Sahil had a very important role in the team as holding midfielder. Also Romario, Fayaz, Brito. All the team performed really well, and we had a very strong group inside the dressing room. No, we had a family. No?
So what are your thoughts on like this year's ISL? Like we finally won it.
Well, I remember that in a live I said before the playoffs that for me the ATK Mohunbagan was the main favorite, because they were finishing very well the season, but I think that you need to be lucky in a playoff, because you are playing 4 games, and the reality is that the team won in a very good game against Odisha 2-0 the first game, and then 3 draws, no? 2 draws against Hyderabad. They advanced in the penalties, and in the final also another draw, and in the penalties they win. No, it's true that in my opinion in the semi-finals, ATK Mohunbagan was better team than Hyderabad. I mean, they have more chances, more shots on target, etc. And in the final as well, no. So they deserve to play the penalties, and in the penalties, it's not only about luck. It's a question of quality, no. The goalkeeper performed really well, and the shooters were amazing, fantastic, no. So congratulations, and for me, to be honest with you, the most important part of the season is the league.
Yeah.
I mean, you are playing 20 games, and the winner of this league is more fair that only in 4 games, no. But you know, the rules are the rules, and the champions is a ticket moment.
So, sir, after Mohun Bagan won the ISL, there was a huge rally that took place from the airport to the team's hotel. So, did you feel like that it could have happened with you as well during 2020 if COVID hadn't interrupted like that? Because Mohun Bagan had won the I League after 4 years that year.
Yes, we were unlucky that time, no,
Yeah.
because I think that we deserve, no, after this that fantastic season, no, because not only we won, I mean the way we won, no, play very good football. We had like 16 points ahead of the second place team, no, and we couldn't celebrate. Not only the players and the coaching staff, the supporters as well, no. We could celebrate together. I remember the night in Kalyani that was fantastic, but we didn't know that it was our last game. No, nobody knew that it was the last game of a fantastic team, and the end of a fantastic season. No, we couldn't celebrate with the supporters. The plan was to celebrate in the game at home against Real Kashmir, but this game we didn't play. No, even it's very sad, because after that game and before, I remember that the next week we should play with East Bengal, the derby, in Salt Lake Stadium, and we couldn't play. And nobody knew that game that night in Kalyani against Aisol was our last dance. No?
Yeah. So, sir, in this ISL, like this season, which player impressed you the most of ATK Mohunbagan?
Impressed me the most.
Yeah,
The goalkeeper.
Vishal K.
Yes, the goalkeeper, and also Petratos, because Petratos at the beginning, I remember that he had different difficult role, because every time was thinking and was reminding Roy Krishna. No? It's very difficult. It's very difficult to replace a very good player and a player that the supporter loves as Roy Krishna, and he was improving, and at the end of the season he was a key, he had a very important role. He was a key player of the team, no, scoring in the most important games, and for example in the final scoring 3 goals. It's very difficult, 3 penalties, because
And penalty also requires a lot of pressure and
a
anticipation.
lot of pressure. You are completely right. Yes, 100% correct.
And even in the
Lot
second
of
goal, we were
pressure.
behind. We were losing
Yes,
2-1.
yes. And in the last moment of the game, and with a lot of confidence, you have to see the body language of the player, that he take the ball, he was with confidence, no doubts, and he scored. And it's like if he has to shoot 10 penalties, looks like he's going to score the 10 of them, no? And with arguably the best goalkeeper in the country in front.
Yeah.
So I was not
Uh,
I was not the goalkeeper. Was the best goalkeeper in India, no? So
on on this note, Petratos, he had a lot of transitions in his game because he never played as a striker in his career before. He was mostly a winger or a attacking midfielder. So like the way he transformed his position and performed as per the need of the team, there was a lot of pressure on Juan as well, because he needed to deliver the results, and the results were not coming because of the lack of goal scoring ability. If you see the table, you will find that like a lot of teams below ATK Mohun Bagan had a more number of goals than them. But one reason why the team excelled this season was the solid defense this season they had. They conceded a lot of few goals compared to other teams. But tell us how it was about Juan. He stick to his plan of playing Petratos as the number 9, although he wasn't a number 9. There was a lot of option to bring a number 9 in the January window, but he still stick to the plan and his philosophy to, and the team finally was successful at the end of the season.
Well, I think that at the beginning, every coach has his plan and is making the team, no, and signing the foreigners, etc. No, so I cannot say exactly which was the plan of Joan Fernando, because I didn't talk with him. No, in my opinion, Petratos, I don't want to say about false 9 or he's not a number 9. He was playing as number 9 and he had very good numbers. So it doesn't matter if he was a number 9 before or not. The performance of the player was good and was improving during the season. No, regarding the team, yes, it's right that defensively they were performing really well. No, they not only the goalkeeper, the defensive line. Normally the team was playing with 2 number 6, no, or McHugh or Glenn Martins, or at the beginning Deepak. So they have this formation, no, and even the foreign players, not a lot of foreign players playing as has an offensive role. No, I think that in next season, I think that the team, in my opinion, needs more offensive players, no, and more offensive style, no, because the team was good defensively, but I think that ATK, now Mohunbagan, no, at least the Mohunbagan always had to play an offensive style, no, because it's a team that has the best players and has also the main best big ambitions, and the supporters loves to play an offensive style.
So, sir, since you were like so much accustomed with the Indian football and all, so we know that Indian football doesn't have a high ranking in the FIFA rankings. So, in your opinion, how should like India approach this situation? Because India is like encouraging more footballers and all.
Mhm.
So we need more of like local talents.
Well, first of all, I think that we have to, in India, the organization of the competitions, no, should be more clear, and at the same time, more time of competition, no. Now, for example, is for me, it's a very good idea. ISL was finishing, and now is going to start the Super Cup. No, and the teams and the players, they are going to have two more months of competition. This is very important because for example, last season the players were playing 5-6 months. It's not possible. It's not possible, and in all over the world they are playing 10-11 months every season, no, every year. So this is very important. But as you said, also in the youth system, no, there are players, junior players, that they are playing only 10, 11, 12 games official in a year. For example, here in Spain, the players of the same age, they are playing 40 games. And it's 1 year, other year. I was talking with a player 2 weeks ago, and we compare. We take the example of Raúl García, a player that I trained, that he was playing in the Spanish national team. He was playing in Atlético Madrid, Athletic Bilbao, 36 years. Right now, he has more than 800 official games in his career at the top level, playing in the final of the Champions League, etc. I asked him, give me an example of one player, similar player of Raúl García, Indian player, no? And he told me, for example, Balwant Singh. Okay, we take Balwant Singh, we look in Wikipedia, and the difference was Raúl García more than 800 official games without talking about a national team, and Balwant 150. Look the difference. It's more than 4 times more. And I think that this is one of the main problems in India. No, the time of the leagues should be longer to develop, to have not only the players, the teams, the coaches. You are improving. You are trying to improve the players as a coach, no, individually and as a team, no. And football, for example, I saw when the league finishing, I saw the players, for example, in Twitter, in Instagram, no, I'm training, and they are showing, for example, that they are in the gym. This is not training football. Football is in the pitch with teammates, with opponents, with a space to attack, space to defense, with a score, time. And this is one of the main problems. Anyway, in the last 3-4 seasons, I see that Indian football is improving. That all the main academies of the team, they have good coaches. They have a plan. They have a project. Also, other private academies, for example, I think that is very good idea. The development league, very good idea to try to improve in all over India. Indian football. So I think that we are doing a step forwards, but we have to do more and to have a clear plan.
Yeah.
So one question I wanted to ask you, that was, how important role does a scouting play for a national team? Like, we know that many players are there in Northeast India who, like, due to financial problems can't continue with football. So shouldn't AIFF implement such policies to, like, from grassroots level talents?
Sure. Because, for example, I don't see comparing I-League and ISL. I don't see a lot of difference between the Indian players that are playing I-League and ISL. So what that means? That means that for sure there are another players in low levels, for example, in state leagues, that they have also the level to play in I-League. And also, and always you have good examples. No, every season appear players that nobody knew before. No, or and they start in the big professional level, no. Yeah. So I think also it's important, for example, the Santos Trophy tournament to see new players, no, But you are such a big country that is
Yeah,
very difficult. It's very difficult to scout well. No, you need a net of a lot of people to scout well the country. No, I think that slowly is going to be better, but it's going to take time.
but also, sir, like I personally think, don't you think like playing friendlies with big teams would help to improve the situation?
Like we have seen teams like Estonia and Luxembourg playing against teams like Argentina and Portugal, and who they are ranked below India. So shouldn't India also target such big teams? Because we hear rumors that Argentina might play Bangladesh in June, so India should also play
Wow,
against big teams.
they should play. No, I mean, I think that they are trying to play with countries that they have chances to win and to compete. For example, Myanmar and Kyrgyzstan, no, in the last two games. But of course, knowing you and knowing Indian supporters, I can imagine to play, for example, one game in Kolkata, no, in Salek Stadium against Argentina
Yeah.
or Spain or Italy or Germany, no. It's going to be we will need 4 stadiums to know that to make all the people be inside, no, not
Yeah.
only one. Four,
Mhm.
4 games, no, we have to play in four different days.
Coach, you just mentioned about the rising standard of Indian football over the years. How far do you see an Indian player like playing in one of the top leagues in Europe? I'm not talking about the top five leagues, let alone like even the leagues of, let's say, Romania, Belgium, Netherlands. Even those will work. Scotland. How far do you think we are yet to see something of that sort?
Not very far. There are players that I think that perhaps they can perform. No, I'm thinking, for example, in Akash Mishra, in Sahal Samad, for example, some goalkeeper. No, I think it's possible. No, but to have more, it's not a question only of 1-2 players. No, to have more possibilities, we have to start from the base. No, from the youth system to create more complete players, technical terms, tactical terms, emotional terms, no, mental and physically as well. No, there are players that they can perform. No? I remember that I don't remember, it was 2-3 after our season in Mohun Bagan, one Polish team asked me about one Indian player to be in the team. Was Chante, the player of Mumbai City. Yes.
So, sir, like, what are your thoughts on Mohun Bagan fans? Like, we are really excited to know about it because the atmosphere in the stadium.
What what can I say? Fantastic, very grateful to all Mohunbagan fans. Not only because after the season that we won, no, also about from the first day, no, when we arrived to Kolkata airport, was fantastic, no, how they receive us. We will remember all of our lives. Also, the love and the support of all the supporters during the season, no? In the Kolkata League, in Durand Cup, and also you know that there are Mohunbagan supporters all over India. All games that we play in Goa, in Kashmir, in Punjab. I remember in Coimbatore against Chennai City. Always there were Mohunbagan supporters. No? And it's in my opinion the main point of the club, no, the love, the support of all the Mariners in all the situations, not only when the team is doing well, no, when the team is struggling, they are always with the team, no? So, and the passion they show, no, the respect, fantastic. No, I can say only only good things. No, it's very nice always to come back to Kolkata and to meet Mohun Bagan supporters.
So, sir, like during your term in Mohun Bagan, which player impressed you the most?
Impressed me the most.
Yeah.
Difficult to say only one. Well, starting for the goalkeepers, I was impressed with Sankar Roy with the play with the feet. No, was like a player, no, not only a goalkeeper, like a player. And for our football style was very important. I remember also Gurjinder. Gurjinder was also it was like a soldier, no, always performing well, very good teammate in the dressing room. Joseph Abeitia was perhaps the most quality player in the midfield line, no, and the most elegant player, no, to play. Frank Gonzalez was like a coach in the field. No, it was my right hand. No, in the field. It surprised me the facility to score goals of Frank. No, he scored 10 goals in I-League, playing as a central defender or defensive midfielder. No, it was very very difficult. He was very important in set pieces. The quality of Baba Diawara to finish the actions, no, was very good. Top striker, top number 9. I like very much Nondamba Naorem, as I thought that he was the best Indian player looking for the free spaces, no, looking for the free spaces. Also, Fran Morante playing from behind was very important. No, the connection between Fran and Sheikh Sahil also. No, the season of Sheikh Sahil. A lot of players, no, even Subo Ghosh, when he was participating in the last moments of the games and he scored important goals. I don't want to see it was when the team is performing well. It's a team sport. No, I prefer to talk about all of them because all of them they were important. Even the players that they were not participating too much, they had an important role because they allow to all the players to have good training sessions, and this competence between the players are always very important.
Sir, after that Mohun Bagan season, you went to Kerala Blasters, and that season was a COVID season, and
Yes.
you couldn't play in the Jawaharlal Nehru Stadium in Kochi in front of those massive Kerala supporters. So was it like a loss for you? You felt that season not playing in front of thousands of supporters?
Sure, completely. I was the coach of Kerala Blasters, and I didn't touch Kerala. It was, COVID time that had these kind of things. No, we were in Goa, very difficult time because from hotel to training service was difficult to everyone that time. No, not only in football, in life was difficult for everyone. No. Training session to hotel training session, and when we had the game, come back to go to the stadium and come back to the hotel. No, difficult time, no time to prepare because we arrived. I remember like 15 days or 4 weeks before the first game. New team, so very difficult. I remember that, for example, first game was against ATK Mohunbagan, and the week before we had 2 foreign players that they couldn't train with the team. So very difficult to prepare, very difficult to live, very difficult to live, and one of the main things that had Kerala Blasters is the supporters. Playing at home in Kochi, no? And we couldn't. We had not these disadvantages.
Coach, but during that season, the Kerala Blasters team signed a lot of star foreign players. If I say, there was a Zimbabwean centre back. Then there was Bakari Kone. They all have had experience in the top European leagues. Then there was Vincent de Gomez, who had an experience in La Liga. Then Gary Hooper in the Premier League. Then Jordan Murray, like he was Australian, like he didn't have much experience in A League. Although there was like another Argentinian midfielder, if I'm not wrong, Pereira, something like that. Yeah,
Facundo Pereira.
Facundo Pereira, yeah. So, but in spite of all that, the team couldn't perform as you and the fans had wanted, and it was a terrible season. Although you had left before the end of the season, sum up how difficult it was and what didn't work out for the in terms of the performance of the team.
Well, as I said before, you need time to create a team. You need time. It was a new team. It's true that we brought players with very good CV, but perhaps not in the best form of their careers. No, so it was difficult. Also, we tried to give chances to young players that they were starting, that they were already made his debut with the team, as for example Sahal Samad, Rahul, Jackson, but they started to play regularly, and now they are important players not only in Kerala Blasters, also in the national team. I think that we started playing really well, and some games we play well, but we are not consistent in the defense, and there were a lot of games that we create chances, we had the ball, we had the possession, we received very easy goals. I remember one game against ATK that we were leading 2-0 and we lost 3-2, for example. But we were competing with all the teams. Also, as I said, it was a difficult moment we had no free time. It was difficult to live in that environment, and it's true that we expected more from some players, from the performance of some players, especially foreign players, but it was not possible. But sometimes happens in football. I think that team needs more time, but because they had very good local players, and then later they saw in the following season, with Prabhukan Gill in as goalkeeper, Sagal Samad, Jackson, even Sandeep was playing well as I remember that he came as central defender. I put him as right back, and now he's playing as right back and he's playing really well. So there were Sahal Samad is the play to start to play regularly in the first 11. It was his first season, performing well, starting from one side going inside. So there were good things, despite that it was not the season that we expected at the beginning.
So this season you joined Mohammedan in mid-season. So how
Yes.
difficult was it for you to join the team, and then the result also didn't go as expected? And what was your take on the current I-League season as well?
Well, I tell you that for me, the experience of this season in I-League was not what I expected. I think that this team, it is not the league that I knew 3 years ago. The level of the league is not as good as it was 3 years ago. I think that this league without Mohun Bagan and East Bengal is a different league. Also, I feel that the teams need more discipline, more tactical methods, and I try to implement the team, but because of some problems, I could not continue. But I prefer not to talk about that because it's I'm not happy with what happened in Mohammedan this season, and I don't want to talk more about that.
And you didn't also have much time to implement your philosophy with the club.
Yes, but first of all, they need to know that the performance, if you want to play good football, if you have in 2 months, is impossible.
Exactly. They had to have you from the start of the season, from the Durand
yes,
Cup.
and you need time, no? And there are things that should be very important, no? Discipline of the players and professional behavior, no?
True, true. Coach, you were also with Diamond Harbour FC, a newly opened franchisee, I would say. Talk us through you spent a couple of months with them, if I'm not wrong. Like, talk us through what their vision is, going forward, and what the club is all about, like what they want to go, like where they want to play, and how what is the standard of their team, because they are a team with good investment from the politicians. So talk us through it.
Well, I think that the project is very ambitious and is very interesting. First step that we did last season was very good. We advanced, was the main project. Now the club is trying to create a strong team to compete next season. I think that the project is very clear. They want to, the club want to improve every season, to have every season better team, to progress in the leagues and try to get the professional level as soon as possible. No, I league and if possible ISL. I think that it's an emerging project with very important people and very serious people. So very happy to be part of this project.
So, sir, how important is it like these teams like Diamond Harbour FC to open in the grassroots levels and have an ambition of playing in the I League and ISL for the growth of Indian football?
Yes. The club is thinking even to start in creating not only the main teams, creating another teams, but it's going to take time. The project is going to be slowly but sure, and it's going to be, as we told before, it's very important in India not to create only the today, no, to create the tomorrow. And this is with the youth system and the academies, no.
So, sir, like in the for probably for the last 10 years, the only striker for India is Sunil Chhetris. So, who do you think is successor for him?
Because he's like growing old
Chetri,
time by time.
well, he's very intelligent. He has the mentality, different mentality of other Indian players. He's very competitive, and he's every time thinking how to score goals. No, best example, this controversial goal against Kerala Blasters. In my opinion, is a goal. No, no, it's a. As you said, every season he had a key role in the playoffs, no, scoring against Kerala Blasters, then scoring against Mumbai City, scoring the penalty in the final. So yes, he's the main player in the last decade in Indian football, for sure.
So, how important is it for a coach to have a player like Sunil Chhetri in the team, like who is a liability that you would get goals out of him?
It's very important because the goals is the most difficult thing. You can play good football, you can have very good chances, but if you don't have the players to score the goals, it's like even it looks like that you are doing your work worse, no? And it's a question sometimes that you have creating chances and you are not taking advantage of the chances that you are creating. The problem in Indian football is that in all the teams in professional football, the striker is a foreigner, so it's very difficult to have Indian strikers. No, Igor Stimac had a lot of problems to have strikers in the team. No, in the last time, Chetri, Manbir Singh in the team is playing as a winger. Isam Pandita, that is not playing, is playing 5-10 minutes in Jamshedpur this season, and now this the young striker of Bengaluru, but he's not a number 9. They are playing with 2 strikers, and then he can play Siva, no, playing with Krishna, no.
Yes, right. And also there is Ishan Pandita from Jamshedpur FC. He wasn't getting much chances this season, but he's also good there.
Yes.
Coach, another thing I wanted to ask is like this will be from the standpoint of Asian football as a whole. Like if you see the Saudi League, which is one of the premier leagues in Asia, they allow like 8 foreigners to be fielded in a single time, like 8 foreign players, and rest will be Saudi players for a single match. So if we see from the standpoint of Indian football, the number of players, foreign players allowed is currently 4, which has already benefited Indian football because a lot of players are getting chances because of this rule. But do you think that having more foreign players on the field also increases the quality of the game? And from the point of view of Indian football, which will be more beneficial for the future?
Well, I think that, for example, in ISL, the level was better when we had 5 foreign players. The level of the game was better than with 4. But at the same time, I understand that to develop Indian football, the Indian players should play more. No, for example, I can understand that in ISL, for example, 4 or 5 players, but for example in I-League should play only 3 and more Indian players. And in the state leagues, in my opinion, only Indian players. Only Indian players. I think that this season in West Bengal is going to be like that. But in local leagues, only Indian players, and only in ISL, for example, 4 players, and in I-League, another 2 or 3, no?
Sir, we have seen like many young players like Anirudh Thapa and Sahal who are like emerging for India. And even in the back, there is Anwar Ali who is reportedly signed for ATK Mohun Bagan next season. So how important do you think these players would play a part for India in the next few years?
Well, for me, young players are 17, 18, 19 years, no? These players that you told me, they are in their 20s, no? So I think that they are not. They have a lot of players, a lot of years to play, but they are not too young, so they have to take the responsibility, and they have to. They need to have a main role in the teams, no? And Barali, in my opinion, is the best, the central defender, Indian central defender with more possibilities to play from behind. It's a very good add from Mohunbagan. Sahal Samad is more complete because he has not only the quality to play, because also in the defensive phase is very important. Tapa is a player that always is playing well in Chennai, despite that this season, at the beginning of the season, he didn't play too much, and he finished, but he's also a box to box. India has good players, no? In my opinion, the best player in terms to thinking to play in abroad is Akash Mishra, the left back.
So, sir, now shifting the focus to a bit of European football.
Mm-hmm.
So, according to you, just like a straightforward question, like this year, according to you, who is winning the UCL?
This year, the Youth League, you mean, or the Champions League?
Champions League.
Champions League. Because I was watching also the Youth League, the European Youth League, and there were interesting teams. No? As I said, Almar, for example, from Netherlands. I think the main match is Man City Bayern Munich. The winner of this,
and especially after the arrival of Thomas Tuchel, I guess.
Especially, sorry.
Arrival of Thomas Tuchel.
I like very much Nagelsmann. I think Nagelsmann is a very young coach. I didn't understand what happened. I think that we don't know the whole history of what happened, because he was performing well. He won all the games in Champions League. That this is amazing. Second position in the league. I don't know. I think that there are more than a sporting decision. No, it was more than a sporting decision.
I feel it was more about the disciplinary issues with because some of the issues like he's a very young. I feel around 30 years, like
Mhm.
younger than many players who is playing for the team. So a lot of immaturity was seen by the board of members, and also the team was not up to the mark in the Bundesliga against. They were drawing with a couple of relegation competitive teams. So
This is
I think
normal. I
all
mean,
these
they were in second position, and they were very they
exactly, but
were
still,
the main team, no. And also, sometimes the information that we have is not the whole information. I think that something happened there that is not normal. That you are signing a coach for 5 seasons, and he's 1 season and a half, no, and doing well. So I think that he's a good coach. Of course, Tuchel is also a good coach, but they are top coaches, both of them. No, I think that main team is Man City. Man City is the main team with Guardiola, but also Real Madrid is there. And when Real Madrid is there, and they have only this competition to win, no? Because in the league they are 12 points behind Barcelona. In the Spanish Cup, they lost the first game against Barcelona 1-0. They have to play next week in Barcelona. So I think that the winner of the semifinals for this part is going to be the champions. So it's going to be, in my opinion, between Real Madrid, Man City, and Bayern Munich.
So, sir, one thing. As a neutral, do you feel that backing the coach is one of the main things? Because at Chelsea, we are seeing that they are currently 10th, and most of the fans want Graham Potter out. Although he had a good stint with Brighton, though they finished 9th or 10th, but they were mostly relegation zone team, and they suddenly finished mid-table team. So it made Graham Potter one of the best coaches, at least in England, and that's the reason why Chelsea signed him, and now they are struggling with him. So as a neutral, is it better to back the coach, or is it better to explore options elsewhere?
First, the coaches, we are not magicians. So when one team is not performing well and another coach is coming, it's because something is happening in the team. No, can be tactical. Perhaps you have there are not chemistry between the players, or perhaps disciplinary questions. So you have to be inside to know what happened in the team. No, I mean, Chelsea, as you said, he's not performing. He's not improving the results. No, even Porter is he is a good coach, but the team is not playing better than before, or at least if it is playing better, they are not getting better results. Also, we can say that the Premier League, the level is very strong, and it's very difficult to play with every team, especially all the teams from behind the table. They improve their teams in the winter market. So we'll see. It's going to be difficult to Real Madrid to advance the next round against Chelsea, because Chelsea, if you see the players they have some of the best players in the world. No, so it's going to be very interesting, the quarterfinals, as always, in the Champions League. But in my opinion, it's very nice to see Guardiola against Tuchel again.
Sir, like I have another question for you. This season Napoli has been wonderful, and another special credits to a guy named Kuicha Kvaratskhelia. You might be accustomed to him. So, what are your honest opinions regarding him?
Well, I mean, I want to talk about Spalletti, because Spalletti He's a fantastic coach with very good jobs everywhere, and the team is playing perhaps the most beautiful football in Europe right now. And about Carlos Kelia, I saw him first time playing against Spain in the qualifications to the World Cup, to the last World Cup, scoring beautiful goal in Tbilisi, in the capital of Georgia, and he surprised me because I didn't know him. And this season is the main player of Napoli. I think that for sure he's not going to be in Napoli too many years. I think that the best teams in Europe, Real Madrid, Barcelona, and the main teams in Premier League, they are looking at him, and they are going. If he's continue playing this level, they are going to sign him. One of the best teams in Europe. I think that not only Kvaratskhelia, Osimhen, the striker, Zielinski, the Polish offensive fielder, they are creating a team with players that they are not theoretically big players, but the team performance is fantastic, amazing.
Coach, you just mentioned about Napoli, the striker Victor Osimhen, he's from Nigeria, and a lot of Nigerian players have been born and brought up in Europe, but they have been playing for the national team with due to the dual nationality. And as you know that India doesn't have that facility to have players of the dual nationality. So, but do you think there's an alternative India can approach to have players play in the top divisions, not top divisions in the academies of Europe from the beginning of their career, and then bring them back here? If there's some possibilities, will it help Indian football and especially the national team?
For sure. Even I know that there are some Indian players that they are in Europe right now playing in different teams. Even some people approach me to ask me about this issue, about to look for a good academy in Europe, to try to give the young players the possibility to improve and to be better players, and when they are good players, or come back to India or not, because they are trying to play in the high level in Europe. Yes, I think is good, but I think the best thing is that create in India the environment to give these players to the possibility to be a very good players, a high players, but training in India.
Exactly right, coach. Can you just talk about the rise of Morocco and Japan in world football? Like they have been beating top teams, like top European teams like Spain, Germany, and Morocco, for example, have been beating also Spain and a lot of strong teams, and they have been toe to toe with France. Can you just speak about how they have risen as a super giants in the world football?
You told me about Japan and
Morocco.
Morocco. Well, I prefer Morocco was a good surprise, but they have very big players in the best team in Europe, as Hraf in PSG. They have all the players playing in Europe, in Spanish league, in French league, in England, in Italy. So they have players playing in the best level. Regarding Japan is working in the academies and is working in the football. Investing a lot of money since a lot of years ago. I remember that when I was training more than 20 years ago in Spanish Osasuna junior system, we went to Japan to give some conferences and train with boys in Japan in Sonan Belmare, a team of first division in Japan. So since a lot of years they are looking for agreements in European teams, trying to improve the level of their coaches, the level of the trainings, the methodology, etc. So they are in the top level, no? So the performance that they had in the World Cup was not a surprise for me. That is one moment. Now in football, the difference are less, because all over the world, there are good coaches, good methodologies, and all the countries they are working very well. I think that this is the beauty of football, that in every place they are improving, and I think that is a good example to Indian football, to see that other countries in Asia, they are performing really well in the main trophies, in the main tournaments, and beating the best teams in the world.
Coach, are you optimistic about India's performance in the upcoming Asian Cup in Qatar in January next year?
Yes, I think that the team is, if you are giving time to the coach, he's creating his own team, and the last results were good, and I think that and I hope they are going to make a good performance in the Asian Cup. I think that
Because the federation has already arranged a lot of friendlies ahead in Mardeka Cup in Malaysia, Kings Cup in Thailand. So there will be a lot of preparation going around the whole year this year. Because so I feel like I'm optimistic about it. So you feel the same, right?
Yes. It's very important to play good games against, for example, other teams in the other teams in the that they are going to play in the Asian Cup in other groups, in order to prepare as best as possible the competition.
Okay, coach. And can you just talk about like Spain, like your own country? Like they have been the world champions in 2010. Since then, they won the Euros in 2012, but after that, a little bit downfall, if I might say. Like in 2014, they bowed out in the group stages, and once again in 2018, they went on to the round of 16 and bowed to the host Russia, and they went to the semi-finals in 2020 Euro, but again this year in the World Cup they were eliminated in the group stages. So is it there something which is not going right in Spanish football, if I might say?
I don't think so. I mean that perhaps the main team has not the level that we have 10 years ago, but that time we have in every position in the world we have one of the players were the top 3 or the top 5 in the world, Casillas in the defensive line, Puyol, Ramos, Piqué in the midfield line, Xavi Alonso, Iniesta, Busquets, Villas, striker. Arguably they were in the top 3, top 5 that time. Now, in the top 3, top 5, we can say Rodri, the Manchester City defensive midfielder, Pedri as offensive midfielder, perhaps Kepa, the goalkeeper of Chelsea, or De Gea can be good goalkeepers, but we don't have this quality of players, no? But for example, I tell you, right now, last week, all the teams qualified to the finals of the European Championship. Under 17, under 19, under 21, they are going to play the main tournaments. Only three countries in Europe they got it: Italy, Portugal, and Spain, for example. No, so that means that Spanish football is doing well. In girls, last season we won the under 17 World Cup and under 20 World Cup. Under 17 in India, the
It was
final
in India and they won the World Cup. Yeah,
and under 20 in Costa Rica. And the main team, they are going to play the World Cup in New Zealand and Australia. So I think the health of Spanish football is well. Not only you can win, and it's true that we expected in the last World Cup, we expected more about the team, at least to advance to quarterfinals, but we lost. But in football, the difference are very. I think that even we didn't play a fantastic game against Morocco, we were better than Morocco team. We create more chances and we lost in the penalties.
Penalties is like all about luck more than your performance.
No, and also you can we talk about ATK Mohunbagan, no? Also the quality, good goalkeeper to score, etc. No, but during the for example, we create chances, but we didn't score. We told before, no, about the importance to have a striker to score the goals, no. And we had good players, but perhaps we have not these top players that we had in the past.
Yes, coach. Coming back to Asia and mostly India, like 2026 onwards, the FIFA World Cup will be expanded to 48 teams. So Asia will be getting 8.5 slots for the World Cup. So going forward, do you think that for India to be in the World Cup, they need to be in the top 8 in Asia? And presently,
The top eight.
top 8 in Asia, like if you go by that way, that then you will be definitely qualify for the World Cup. But currently, our ranking is somewhat around top 15 in Asia, like below top 15. So, do you think there's still time, although? But do you think that we can, when do you realistically think that India can finally play the first ever World Cup?
Well, it's not easy, no. Also, it's not very interesting to be in a hurry, no. You are right now celebrating that the team is qualifying to the Asian Cup, and now you are talking about World Cup, no. And as you said, in the past was almost impossible, because only 4 or 5 teams of Asia were participating. Now, as you said, in the future, it's going to be easier because there are more possibilities in terms of 8 places, no. But you have to at least to have a good performance in the Asian Cup. Not only participate, also give me a second because I have low battery and I need to connect.
Yeah, yes, sir.
And now, and then have a good Asian Cup, and then slowly you have to increase the level of Indian football. I mean, not only participate in the main tournament, try to participate in the under 17, under 20, sometimes before participating in the senior World Cup, try to participate in any World Cup under 17 or under 20. No, I think this is the main objective of the next objective, and with these players that they are participating, you get it. Under 17, under 20, try to create a good team to then participate in the main World Cup.
True, coach. True. Right.
So, sir, the next question is that if you look 20 years back, the formidable powerhouse were Spain, Germany, Brazil, and all. But if you look in today's day, then most of the teams are not performing as they used to do 20 years back. So, do you think the world football would change maybe after 5 or 10 years? Like we are seeing teams like Croatia, Morocco are emerging powers in the footballing world.
Yes, the difference now between the teams are less difference. No, you see, as you said that before, Morocco, Japan, even in Europe, Belgium, Netherlands. There are a lot of Croatia, as you said. No, there are a lot of teams that they are performing really well. Not only England, Spain, France, Germany, Italy. No. There are a lot of countries that you can lose with every team. No, you can, for example, Spain. We couldn't beat Japan in the main round. We couldn't in the group phase. We couldn't beat Morocco. So the differences are the difference between the team are smaller, and also right now, because of the globality, a lot of players for this country, they are playing in the main leagues. No, 20 years ago, only 3-4 foreigners in every team, and now there are some teams that they have more foreigners than local players.
So, sir, one question that almost everyone asks is that both Messi and Ronaldo are now at the like end stages of their career. So, who do you think had a better career? Like both of them have won many things, and both of them are truly the goats. But if you had to pick only one player in your like dream team, who would it be, Messi or Ronaldo?
Both of them. I don't like to because both of them are everyone with different style. Messi more quality player, Ronaldo more physical player, but fantastical scorer. With the ambition of you know. It's an animal competitor, no, Ronaldo. So it's both of them. Both of them are probably in the main best 10 players in the history of football.
So, sir, we have got some rapid fire 10 questions up for you. So, please answer these.
So the first one is Haaland or Mbappe?
Wow. Both of them, no? But right now, Mbappe.
Let's have it Real Madrid or Barcelona?
Real Sociedad.
What about Manchester United or Manchester City?
Man City.
Like it
Because
seems
of
like you.
Guardiola.
Yeah, I was going to say that you like Guardiola a lot.
Good choice.
Yeah. So Kolkata fans or Kerala fans?
Whoa. Don't ask me this question. Both of them. Both of them. Both of them. I'm very grateful to both of them.
So, sir, you won the Derby as well that year, the year you won the I League. So, which was more memorable, winning the Derby or winning the I League?
The I League.
So, as a coach, what would you enjoy the more, a 4-3 win or a 1-0 win?
4-3 or 1-0 or 1-0?
1-0.
4-3.
So would you like to
The
focus
goalkeeper,
more?
the goalkeeper is not good. Is not going to be happy, but 4-3.
So would you like to focus more on the defense of a team or the attack of a team?
Both. Both. I like offensive football, but football is a flow, and you have if you are improving the offensive phase, you are going to improve the defensive for sure.
What about tiki taka or Jigen press?
I don't believe in tiki taka. I believe in positional attack because tiki taka is only passing the ball.
Yeah.
And Genger pressing.
Yeah.
Also is very important.
So, sir, as a like most of the players nowadays prefer the UCL over the World Cup. So, what do you think about this? Like,
As a coach, what is like more memorable to win, the World Cup or the UCL?
The World Cup, for sure.
And this is the last question, Pele or Maradona?
I didn't see Pele, only in videos, and Maradona was unbelievable. I remember I watched live in San Sebastian. He was in Sevilla. He was finishing his career, and only to see the warm up of Maradona that game was amazing, and the quality, the leadership, everything. So what I say, Maradona.
So, sir, now let's shift back again to the Indian football. So, who do you think is one like the rising star of the Indian football at this moment? Like, who has an immense potential?
I like Akash Mishra, the left back of Hyderabad.
Okay, sir. One more question is that if you were at this moment the coach of ATK Mohun Bagan, which next season is Mohunbagan SG, who would be your six foreigners? Like, would you retain from this team and would you buy?
Whoa, it's not my job. Difficult, but I think that I tried to get more offensive players than defensive players.
So does ATK Mohun Bagan need a number 9?
With a proper target man, they won the championship, so they didn't need it. So I think that between these 6 players, 4-2, no, 4 more offensive players and 2 defensive.
So, and is it possible for is it also possible for the team to win the AFC Cup? Do you think that's possible?
Which
Like it?
the Super Cup?
No. I'm talking about the AFC
AFC
Cup,
Cup.
the second tier competition of Asia, club competition.
Very difficult. It's possible, yes, but it's very difficult.
Actually, ATK Mohunbagan reached the semi-finals this season and they lost to Kuala Lumpur 3-1. And Kuala Lumpur just parked the bus for all over the 90 minutes and they scored on counters. And ATK Mohunbagan couldn't score. And Bengaluru FC reached the finals of AFC Cup a few seasons back as well. So now Mumbai City will be playing the AFC Champions League. Do you think that Mumbai City could create some landmark for Indian football there?
Yes. I mean, in my opinion, Mumbai City was the best team in the season. It's true that in the playoffs they didn't perform at the same level that during the league, but in the league they were the best team in the season. No, playing good football, offensive football with a very important role of the wingers Chante and Bipin, also Stuart, Yahoo, no, Pereira, Diaz. So I think that they had the best team this season. So I think that they are going to perform well. Yes.
Sir, Hyderabad coach Manolo Marquez, after Hyderabad's defeat to ATK Mohun Bagan, said that it's meaningless to have the playoff stages because whoever finishes first should actually be crowned the champions. Do you agree with this, like the I League format?
When you are starting, the rules are there. So the rules are there, and the rules are that the winner of the playoff is winning the championship. So no complaints about that. No, you know the rules. You have to accept the rules. You asked me. I think that I answered before. No, for me the not the real champion. The real champion is ATK Mohunbagan because they won the playoffs. But for me, it's fair to if you are winning the league, you are the best team.
So,
Perhaps
sir,
make a longer league, no?
yeah.
But the rules are the rules. Mumbai City won the seal, and ATK Mohunbagan won the championship.
Sir, like how difficult do you think it will be for Round Plus Punjab FC to adapt to ISL, because ISL is like now way more competitive than the I League currently.
Yes, but if you are playing as Rangers Punjab, they have the they have the good environment, they have the facilities, they have a project. I think that they are going to create a strong team to compete in the ISL for sure.
Sir, if you look, India is mainly till date a cricket country, and owners spend usually $1 billion, $2 billion to buy teams in cricket. So, do you think this kind of investment in football will help Indian football a lot?
I think that the main thing is going to start from the youths. Start from the youths, create good academies all over the country, create competitions of the youth, and try to, as I said before, try to be competitive in Asia in under 17, under 20 girls and boys. And this is the main role. In football, you cannot create in 1 year a big team. You can succeed in 1 year. You can succeed, but create a good project. You need time, and you have to start from the base.
Okay, so like we would like to conclude this podcast with a question for you. Like, how would you create your dream team with, like, you have all players, like from maybe from during the time of Pele to 2023, like you were
Okay.
like told to make a dream 11 of yours. What would the team look like?
Whoa. Mm, Main goalkeeper Arconada, Spanish goalkeeper that he was in the World Cup '82 and is the goalkeeper of Real Sociedad. Cafu right back.
Yeah, he was a great player.
I don't say the team of the history. I want to say the team that I saw. Okay, because without this, we can say Di Stefano, Cruyff, Pelé, but yes, Cafu and left back Maldini, the Italian guy.
Yeah.
Central defenders Sergio Ramos and Beckenbauer, the German.
Yeah. Yeah.
Midfielders. I like very much Xabi Alonso. Xabi Alonso for me was fantastic player. Zidane, Xabi Alonso, Zidane.
Zidane, yeah.
At front, Messi and Cristiano. And in the flanks, it's not his position, but I put Ruud Gullit from Netherlands in the, for example, as right winger.
Yeah.
Knowing that he's not his position, but he was one of the best I have seen. As a left winger, whoa, I don't know what to say right now. I have difficult to say. I think in Villa, because Villa was, I am Spanish and was fantastic play, was a striker, but he was playing in the left side. Di Maria.
And who would be a coach to like coach this team? Dream coach.
Pep Guardiola.
Okay, so it was an immense pleasure to have you with for the interview, and
Coach,
it was
just
lovely
one
to.
last question. What would you highlight as the most memorable moment of your career as a coach or manager? It can be both from India as well as in Europe, stints.
Well, in India for sure when we won the league that night in Kalyani, and not only that night, the whole season. And in Europe, perhaps when we won the league here in Spain with Osasuna, with Raúl García, Nacho Monreal, etc. Under 18, yes.
Okay, so it was a pleasure to have
Thank
you
you,
for
coach.
the podcast, and we hope to
My
again meet you
pleasure.
in the future as well. And thanks for having us as well. So thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for this chat, this podcast. We keep in touch, and all the best. Hope to
Yes.
see you soon.
Thank you, sir. Yes,
Thank
sir.
you.
Thank you.